What are some hidden opportunities in the market right now? I'm Tim Diesel, I'm a commercial real estate consultant. Today I want to give you guys a tip that I use many times, and I think it's not being taken advantage of as much as it should. So, I've talked about this a few times, and I don't know if maybe I wasn't elaborate enough, maybe I didn't explain it the way I should have. I don't know what the reason is, but this should be really utilized a little bit more. And this works in retail that I have seen, and it's about contacting the owner. So, let's say you're going to your favorite sandwich shop, and you're with your friends, and you're in a nice night, or could be a day, could be anything, and you see a sign in a strip center. So you're in a retail strip center, you're with your friends, you're having your sandwich, and it says for lease. You see vacant space in the same building you're in, and it says for lease. It has a number on there. That number, most of the time, gets you directly with the owner of that property. Now, I want you to think about what I'm saying. If you're trying to find apartment buildings, medical centers, whatever it is, you're going to have a tough time tracking down the owner. Usually a property manager is involved. By the time they get to you, not going to happen. You're sending out emails, text message blasts, a bunch of waste of time. If you pick up the phone and call the owner most of the time directly and say, hey, you see you have a vacancy here, what are your plans with the property? You'd be surprised how many times they're ready to get out, especially right now, because they've made a significant increase in value. So the next time you're out somewhere, I don't know, maybe you're shopping at a Target or a Walmart. In those plazas, if you see a for lease or a vacancy, don't assume it's too big and you don't want to touch it, because many times a large shopping center is divided into 4 different owners. That happens a lot. Maybe the guy doesn't own the entire thing. Maybe he owns a little bit of it. And it could be that small strip that's for sale. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. You don't know until you go out there and ask and make the call. I have a habit now, because I've been doing this for so long and it's so repetitive, that if I'm ever going to a coffee shop, wherever I'm going to a restaurant, wherever I'm headed, if there's a building that has vacancy with a phone number, I'm already on the phone before I get my food or my coffee or whatever it is. Because it's a 3-minute conversation. It never takes that long. And there's really not much of a script for it. It's, hey, what are your plans with the building? I see you have vacancy. Are you interested in selling the building? No, I'm not at this time. Okay, well, there's different ways to take the conversation, but on this specific instance, you want to buy the property. If they're not interested in selling the property, then that's fine, you move on. If they are, you just create another lead for yourself. Now, here's the important thing to notice. If the property is less than 80% occupied, they almost have to work with you and give you some type of owner financing, because banks don't like those types of properties. So you're almost setting the deal up for yourself. You're almost setting success. You're making it really easy for yourself to walk into something. There's not too many people doing this, number one. So not a lot of competition. Number two, you're around there, so it's not going to be something that you're driving hours and hours and hours to go to, right? It's part of your daily routine, so the proximity is there. And you're getting owner financing. You're kind of creating a deal. Say, listen, I want to buy your property, but because of the vacancy, I can't, or whatever the case is. So utilize small opportunities that nobody else is doing. Everybody else is doing the same thing. Not very many people are doing this. I know, because I'm contacted by a lot of owners now, and sometimes they might say no on the first time, but they'll say, follow up with me in a month. Or if you say, can I follow up with you in a month or 2 months? You know what? Yeah, I've got partners on this deal. We are looking to sell eventually. Or sometimes they say, no, it's been in the family for 20 years. We don't want to touch it. Eventually, everybody sells. I've heard how many times, I don't want to sell. No, everybody sells. Don't believe it, guys. At some point, you will sell your property. And it may be 50 years from now when you're old and tired, but eventually the sale is going to happen. So do not be discouraged. That's what I'm getting at. Don't be discouraged. Make those calls and just ask and just kind of see what happens there. So I hope that a helpful tip. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.